Yes, my students, I am very happy and delighted to talk to you about my experiences in last 2 months. But before that, I am eager to know what are your experiences in the last 2 months. One by one, please begin. Yes, who will start?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Atharva.
I want to share my personal experience that I had in last few months regarding some investments and all, and I want to share some life learnings through it. So first of all, while making any decision, we need to understand whether the decision is right or wrong. Wrong. So you need to understand what's the downside of that decision. Every decision has some upside and some downside. What happened in detail, I'll explain. That there was a crash into the cryptocurrency markets a few days ago, and I bought into that crash, and I got a nice deal on some of the coins that I wanted to buy. But what happened after a few days, it crashed even more further, which led to whole market becoming red. And first I thought I was very intelligent, but then I came to know that I wasn't that much intelligent that I could have been. While making every decision, we have to be humble. There should be a sense of humility. We need to understand there might be some downside to this decision and what we are doing. So we should be prepared for all the downside before considering the upside. That's what I learned in a few days. And also, we shouldn't depend on somebody's opinion. We should do our own research, and we shouldn't take tips from others, and we should understand what we are doing before making a big financial decision or something like that. So that's what I learned in last few days. It also built a kind of emotional resilience, as when you saw that all your investments are dumping into the market and you're losing money continuously. It builds a kind of emotional resilience inside of you, and it makes you a tough man. So I think making humiliating mistakes in your youth is very crucial. Otherwise, you will not learn. So this is also a part of my life learning, that we should make some humiliating mistakes. Otherwise, we will not learn. And this was one of them. Thank you.
Good, Atharva. I agree to you that we should be the humble always. Let there be success or let there be the failure. And very practicable thing Atharva said, there remains one kind of resilience, friction, unwantedness when we come across such difficulties or the problem. I'm not saying everybody should come across problem, but we should ready. One great thing Atharva said, we should be prepared well for a downfall. Because it's a possibility, a probability. Now, question arises why resilience have come up. Means whatever I learned in last 2 months. No, actually I was previous before that also I was knowing, but I worked and I put my words also. All those are brain activities. Whatever Atharva is saying, emotions and all. These are the all brain activities. About brain activities, now I'm with a solid thoughts. I'm interested to share with you, Atharva and all. We will discuss. But great Atharva, great thing. You're well matured one. You have accepted the reality. That's your greatness, Atharva. Accepted. For saying purpose, if you are saying, then again there will be the problem. But really, if you have accepted, no, you are great, and there is a lot scope for your development, Atharva. So don't worry. Whatever happened, we have to accept because the chances, no, and chances always should not be in our favor. Should not be. We should be ready for that. By the way, we should be cautious also. So cautiousness you have shown. Great. Yes. Anybody want to comment on Atharva's opinion? Okay. If not, you can share your experience. Yes, Nikhil. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, before 2 months, I was so pessimistic just because the reason was simple, that just because of online class and online school means I was thinking like that, okay, if I go to the offline college, I can learn lots of things. But just because of coronavirus, we were joining the classes on online manner. So I was so pessimistic. I was thinking that why did I choose the BAF? instead of choosing any kind of degree, I would have earned 1 lakh or 2 lakh if I working somewhere else, like in a shop or something. There, so I was so pessimistic on that period. After that, so you have suggested the two books like Who Moved My Cheese, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and also the one book which I personally read about Atomic Habit. I learned from that, like, situation is a very important. You should make the changes in yourself according to the situations. If you're not making the changes, you will end up with a nothing. And that's what I understood, because when the online class was going, I was thinking like that, why I'm joining this kind of class, because I'm not making a good progress. I'm just analyzing my progress, what I have done. And sometimes I think because my all friends who are living in the Kankavli, they are not attending the lecture regularly. They are doing a BCom, and instead of joining the lecture, they are earning a good money, going to the work, and that led me to think that why I'm doing this kind of course or something, that I would have helped to my father, my family, instead of, because right now we got a responsibility to do something in our life. So that's why I became so nervous, depressed, and thinking about that kind of stuff. But when I read the Who Moved My Cheese about Sniffy's career and him and how, I understood that your situation is very important. You should make the changes according to your situations. You should know what is pros, what is cons, because we'll have to earn at a one particular time, because education is a forever, but we'll have to learn that first in order to make the good money. So that's what I learned from Who Moved My Cheese. I just convert my pessimism in optimism. I have seen the perspective in a different ways, and now I can say that I made a good progress, that I turned myself from the negative to the positive persons in a perspective of doing the work in a great interest. Thank you, sir.
Great, Nikhil. Great. Again, a second example of real experience and learn and did the change in the personality, approach, attitude, and most important for me is action. It happens. We see here and there, we do compare, and we feel my situation is not so good, or I could do, but I am not doing, others are getting, I am not getting. Likewise, conflicts do occur. Again, I am saying, therefore, I went to that point. It's all psychological or the brain activities. Friction do occur. Sometimes that friction helps us to give a growth or that asks us to move ahead, but learning is important. And greatly means properly he got Nikhil got the book Moved My Cheese. Means it is for any corporate sector, it is for employer also and for employee. Even in future you will choose anything out of that, no, it is needed. So for mind setup, that suggestions from Who Moved My Cheese are certainly helpful. So what Nikhil has experienced, means approach, a passive approach, and later on now he is feeling active approach. I want it should not be a temporary change. If needed, if proper, it should be the proper change, perfect change, or for long duration change. So how can we do that? Why Nikhil was pessimistic at the beginning, or his approach was different. Now his approach is changed. Why it is? The reasons are there, but nature has given a good gift for us. That's called healing. Healing means if any wound occurs, if any cut occurs, scratch occurs, then naturally it gets healed. Yes, medication also may be what needed, but natural process also is there. Even if fracture occurs, then also the healing occurs. It is for the physique. But from psychology point of view also healing processes do occur. And sometimes after healing we become more powerful than the previous. Students could be able to understand what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Yes, all are answering. So how you tackle the situation that matters. Even if you join the gym, then there you have to give the stress to the muscle, stress to come, muscles to rupture really, but afterwards the growth remains. It means we have to collapse and then growth. No, somewhere such resistances will be there, but we have to cope up. For that one scientific example, I give it to you. You might be knowing or heard Le Chatelier's principle, or simple, it's a balloon. When we blow the air in the balloon, balloon remains elastic, flexible, and balloon expands. Up to particular limit it can. After that limit, balloon says, I will not expand. Then what happens? You are blowing air and balloon says, I will not expand. What's the result of balloon? Balloon bursts. That's the magic or importance of flexibility, and that flexibility also to come by practice. So great experiences shared by Atharv and Nikhil. Yes, those were flexible. Without flexibility, it would have not been possible. Pessimistic approach would not have turned toward the active approach. Yes, Nikhil. Good experience, good sharing. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Nikhil, whatever I said, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we will discuss again in detail. Yes, any more? Yes, Atharva. Yes, anybody can talk about the Nikhil's opinion also. Yes, Atharva.
Sir, I also want to explain one of my more personal experiences, which is excessive greed can kill you. This is what I learned in past few months. That first,
Excessive greed.
there's
Okay.
this greed. Yes, it can kill you. Cause there was a time there's this coin I wanted to acquire, which is called as the XRP. I used to own 184 XRPs at the time, and I wanted more, and it led me losing the XRPs that I already had. So excessive greed can kill you. But then I took more better informed decisions, and then I was able to acquire 200 XRPs. But I was also on the verge of losing that also. So this is what I learned in the past few months, that excessive greed can kill you. It's okay to be hungry for success, but it's not okay to be greedy for success. Because when you are greedy, you will end up losing that you already have. That's what I learned.
Okay, great. Point is good one, Atharva. But practical point of view, no, our approach should be now maybe some setback is there. So at that time, person thinks, okay, I will not do such thing again. Greediness is not needed, expected more and more. Whatever that I'll earn, something profit was there. Actually, I should quit. At that time, we feel. In general point, I am saying Atharva. I'm not saying individually for you, but may later on when that situation comes we do. So what happens exactly? Greed means why that greed became excessive, and why now you are feeling excessive should not be there. That is understandable thing. Will that be practicable? Whatever you have conclude, how can we make it practicable? All those things we will discuss. Okay, we'll discuss in detail later on. It's a great point. It's a very practical point. Yeah, Arthur, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Means all I wanted to say, it's okay to be, to want more, having a desire to want more and have become more successful. But we must take consideration of the situation that we are. If we are getting a steal for a deal, and if we are getting a very good opportunity, we should try to seize it. But we shouldn't try to, max out on things. There's this saying in Marathi की मुळासकट प्रत्येक गोष्टीला खायला बघू नका. ते मला वाटतं बरोबर आहे काही सिच्युएशन्स मध्ये. कारण माझ्याकडे होतं ते मी हरवण्याच्या जवळ होतो, आणि ते मला त्यावेळी मला असं थोडं वाटत होतं की मी अजूनच्या पाठीमागे का धावू. आणि माझ्याकडे इनफ क्वांटिटीचे ते होते, तरी पण इट वॉज अ काइंड ऑफ लॉस. मी रिकव्हर केलं त्याच्यामधनं. माझ्याकडे आता इनफ क्वांटिटी आहेत, पण अजूनच्या पाठीमागे मी आहे ते घालवणार होतो. इतकंच मला सांगायचं. म्हणजे असं नाही की सक्सेसच्या पाठीमागे धावू नका, पण एक्सेसिव्ह त्या सिच्युएशन मध्ये ते जादा होऊ शकतं. सो थोडं पेशंट राहिलं पाहिजे, असं मला बोलायचं. एकदम सगळं मिळवण्याची गरज नाही एका वेळी.
Okay, these are the learnings. We'll discuss in detail about those things. Psychological processes about which we'll discuss. Yes, good, Atharva. Yes, other. Yes, Sakshi, please.
Good morning, everyone. Uh, Sir, first of all, I want to say thank you to suggesting that book, Who Moved My Cheese. Uh, and it is such a if it that book has such effect on me because it have showed me how change is important, and as well as not only change about the big decisions we have or we should do, but also in the small decisions we do in a regular life. The second point I learned from that is the observation, that not only we should not we does not get to know that change directly. We get to know that change like slowly. It's a process, so we have to observe the things more clearly, and we have to understand that change. And one more point I want to say, that is procrastination. We always do procrastination in various things, and we want to always be in the comfort zone of ourselves. But exactly what we have to do is we have to get out of our comfort zone, so that we can succeed in any type of success, like in any. And yeah, that is what I have learned. Thank you.
Great, great, Sakshi. Thoughts are good. Expression also was fabulous. Clear cut information you have given. But for me, practice is important. We should be practicable. So when you will say that because of those thoughts, I changed my life, that means actions, and now I am with less frictions here. Stress and all those are because of frictions here. Then it is more enjoyable for all us. It will be the output of our growth. Sakshi, are you getting this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So Atharva said he was with the problem, but he coped with the problem. He overcome the problem. Exact conquering we can't say, but at least he is with the one kind of mind setup because of the action he did. See, when we remain with the mind setup with action, no, nobody can erase your mindset. It is very difficult to remove that. So always we pay the attention or we respect those persons who are practicable. Many are there. They can talk a lot. They can give a good messages, but practicability point of view, doubt remains in their behavior. So that is what only thought level, surface level, beginning level understanding. So Sakshi, I am not saying that you are not with that caliber or you are not practice. It is a start. It is a beginning. I want that it should not lose. It should not go out. Go on practicing and be happy. It is for all. Therefore, only that book was what suggested. Very good, Sakshi. Thank you for your sharing the experience. Yes. Next. Language has no barrier. You can talk in Malwani also. Here, I want your expression. I appreciated last time also Nikhil's approach. That camera was on and he was talking. It is not easy, really. Even for few teachers, they might have taught for several years. Teaching in classroom is different, and facing the camera and talking to the camera is different. And where to cope up with the situation. So, Who Moved My Cheese is the best example. That's a book. Yes, willingly I'm waiting for others. Talk. Yes. Otherwise, I will ask. But I don't want group likewise. No, I ask and therefore you are answering. Be free. Don't hesitate. Whatever you share, it's a fair and fine. These are your views. What about others? Do they like to share or they don't want? They will share later. Yes, Devesh, please.
हां सर. येस सर. सर गेल्या 2 महिन्यात नाही, पण गेल्या 5-6 महिन्यामध्ये शेअर मार्केटमध्ये माहिती मिळवली. तसेच इन्व्हेस्ट पण केले आणि त्यामध्ये समजलं की आपल्याला एका एक्झॅक्ट पॉईंटमध्ये किंवा प्रॉफिट मिळवण्यासाठी पेशन्स महत्त्वाचा आहे.
ओके.
आणि सर आणि सर दिवाळीमध्ये सर शिवाजी सावंत हे यांचं एक मृत्युंजय हे बुक आहे. हे केलं म्हणजे 300 पेजेस कंप्लीट केले अजून.
Great. Okay, this is a thought level development Devesh did. Even in share marketing, he said it's a practical because there only it is not a paperwork, no, it's actual work. Their development he did, he understood something and learning lifelong. We have to learn and it's an enjoyable process. So Devesh, what do you think? Reading a book, knowing the thoughts, knowing these all opportunities is a enjoyable process or is it troublesome? Devesh.
अरे सर काय ऐकलं नाही क्लिअर.
No, that reading a book, learning those things is an enjoyable process or it is a troubling process.
नाही सर
What will you
आवडायचं
explain?
वाचण्याची आवडायचं.
Now, indeed, Devesh, he has that interest, therefore. And the person who has no interest, then, but if that book is interesting, if it is applicable, if not any thoughts are there or concept is there, is applicable to you, if you could able to see you there in the book, then certainly. Now, Sakshi had said, no, Sakshi, yes, do you have the interest to reading? Have you
Yes,
that
sir.
experience before? Reading experience,
Yes, sir. I
reading the
like.
books.
Yes, sir. I like
Okay,
to
you
read.
do right also. Yes, that sense slowly develops. And by reading the book, when you find that you are there in that book, it is applicable, then interest can be created. Anybody can get interest actually reading the books. I like the watching movie or the serial or the game. If you know little bit and you feel you can imagine yourself there, then you will involve in that. And these are the ways by which we can build our thoughts. Building thought is a one level progress. It is important, very important. But my point of interest here to establish this group is a practical level development. But those will occur. It's a good, Devesh. I'm happy to know that you have the good interest to read the books. But what about Who Moved My Cheese? Have you read that? Or have you listened that audio, Devesh?
सॉरी सर नो वाचलं नाही सर.
Okay, then next time, up to next week, please complete that. Then we are going to discuss about that who moved my cheese from next week.
येस सर नक्की.
Yes, other student, Sonali, yes.
हॅलो सर. मी ओरिफ्लेम कंपनीमध्ये म्हणजे ते असं सेलिंगचं काम असतं ना. म्हणजे ती मी फेसबुकवर एक ॲड बघितलेली. त्याच्यात मी एका व्यक्तीला असं फोन केलेला की मला ओरिफ्लेम जॉईन करायचं आहे आणि मी ते प्रोडक्ट्स म्हणजे सेलिंग करण्यासाठी हे करेन ट्राय करेन म्हणून. तर मी ते जॉईन केल्यावर मग मला समजलं की तिथे त्यांनी 1,000चे प्रोडक्ट्स मला विकत घ्यायला लावले.
Mhm.
म्हणजे म्हणजे ते काय BP असे पॉइंट्स असतात ते वाढले पाहिजेत म्हणजे त्यांचे पण वाढतात. म्हणजे त्यांच्या खाली मी जॉईन झाले तर त्यांचे पॉइंट वाढतात आणि माझ्यात पण पॉइंट वाढतात मी खरेदी केलं म्हणून. तर मी ते 1,000चे प्रोडक्ट्स घेतले आणि नंतर मग मला ते सांगायला लागले की तुला मेंबर्स वाढवायला पाहिजेत. अ, खूप सारे असे म्हणजे मेंबर्स तुला केले पाहिजेत. तर तिकडच्या आजूबाजूच्या माणसांना सांगायचं त्याच्याबद्दल आणि तर मी असं आणि Facebookवर पण मला सांगत होते की ॲड करायची त्या ओरिफ्लेमच्या प्रोडक्टबद्दल असं म्हणजे तुम्हाला एक ऑफर आहे असं तुम्ही हे करू शकता कमवू शकता असं. तर मी असं Facebookवर शेअर केलेलं आहे. माझा नंबर पण त्याच्यात शेअर करायला सांगत होते मला. मी तसं शेअर केलं. तर म्हणजे मला ते दिवसभर फोन येत राहायचे की म्हणजे काय आहे तर मी सांगायची सगळं म्हणजे कसं काय काय काम आहे करायचं ते. मग काय झालं की दिवसभरच ते व्हायला लागलं आणि कसं कोण झालंय मेंबर ना की कसे ते मेंबर झाल्यानंतर मग कसे विचारायचे 1,000चे प्रोडक्ट्स घ्यायचे आहेत आणि त्याच्यामुळे ते तयार व्हायचे नाहीत घ्यायला आणि कसं ते प्रोडक्ट्स महाग आहेत. त्यांचे प्राईस खूप हे आहेत हे आहेत ना काय बोलतात त्यांना ऑर्गॅनिक प्रोडक्ट्स आहेत ते. तर त्याच्यामुळे त्याचे प्राईस खूप हाय आहेत आणि ते कोण घ्यायला बघत नाही. तर त्याच्यामुळे मी ते पूर्ण 1 महिना तरी जवळ-जवळ केलं असेल मी ते. पण नंतर मला ते अजिबात जमलंच नाही. म्हणजे कसं दिवसभर सगळ्यांचे फोन येत राहणार, ते फोन अटेंड करायचे, त्यांना सगळं सांगायचं ते आणि ते घेणार की नाही किंवा करणार की नाही ते समजायचंच नाही. आणि ते आपल्याला उलटं अर्धा-अर्धा, 1-1 तास त्यांच्याशी बोलायला लागायचं. आणि त्याच्यात माझी एक्झाम पण होती. त्याच्यामुळे मग मी ते सोडूनच दिलं मग.
Okay. So what's the learning from this, Sonali?
तर म्हणजे त्याच्यातून मला शिकायला मिळालं, की म्हणजे अशा ॲड बघून कुठेच आपण हे म्हणजे करायला नको, की म्हणजे इथे कमवायला मिळते तर इथे जायला पाहिजे. असं नीट विचार करून आपण केलं पाहिजे.
See, my approach is somewhat different one. Great work you did actually, but you are not happy about your work. Result is not satisfaction. It doesn't mean you're not work, but at least you come to know personalities. How do person remain? Okay, if you're talking, what goes wrong to listen? So listening is not an issue for them. But when actually money is to give, then their psychology remains different. It doesn't mean that they don't give money or they don't spend money or they don't waste money. They can, but the reason should be accordingly and then only they can. Then you said products are costly. So who can take those products? Why should do they? It's a psychological study. Means if you are going to talk with anybody, then what are their possible reactions about your information? That also to be framed properly, and that comes by experience. I like to share my experience. See, even your class also, your group also, you will find, or my when 99 I joined, I whatever I was knowing, I taught. With the students, F.Y.B.Sc class was there. Large number of students were there, and I was expecting questions from them. And what was the result? Students were with no question. Only you go on talking, we will listen. So curiosity should be there from the student. It was my expectation. That expectation was not wrong. But by the way, I was not that much aware that how can we compel others to ask questions or to share views or to share opinions. It is a matter of practice. If I would have lost, okay, students are likewise only, they don't ask question, because many teachers remain with the conclusion. But whose responsibility it is? It is my responsibility as a teacher to make the students clever, brilliant, to make them able to be curious about the topic or to ask a question. So if I'm a seller, then it is, I'm not saying it is to sell to everyone. Likewise, every student should ask a question. It will be difficult, but at least few students certainly remains. Likewise, there remains a few people, and they can. But by the way, what we are doing, we should be aware about that. Means which products are there, we should be aware about it. So by proper study, we have to involve. And selling is a one kind of profession. Means you can say is a one kind of business. Our personality also we have to mold in that level, and then we have to do that. Means I'm not saying selling is a cheating. You should first convince yourself, and then you can ask. First, if you are if for earning money, if you are going to sell, then chances are there you may not. But if to give the output result more, if you are going to sell, then you can. A person who could not take 1,000 rupees can spend 1,00,000 rupees to take a two-wheeler, or further more amount to take a four-wheeler. If person feels it is a need, person will take a loan and will take that. So requirement, whether it is a needed to them, it is providing, is adding value to their life, that is important. Just this example, I am not charging anything, or college is not charging anything for this entrepreneurship sale, therefore you are here. I think no. Why are you here? You are getting values here. Students, are you following, and do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that value addition is important. If you could add a value, you could able to sell. It is a basic funda of the selling in marketing also. Anyway, that value addition, if you put value addition in their life. Till now your approach, it's a beginning level approach. Sonali, it's a great job you did. It's not an easy job, not an easy job. Those who succeed, they come across such difficulties. They come across such problem. Now see, Atharva, Nikhil, or Sakshi, they express properly. You also did a proper good expression. Is it the fact that right from the beginning Nikhil was brilliant, Athar was brilliant to express? No, they come across the problems. By the way, other students also come across the problem, but they leave that. It is difficult. It is not easy. I am not made for that. So Sonali, you consider it is a one of the golden page of your life. In spite of seeing, in spite of finding, in spite of paying attention. Oh, I failed. I should not do that. Okay. Conclusions may be anything, but experience, whatever you got, no, is can't be taught in the lecture, can't be taught in the college or any university. Our society is a great education system, and you got education in that. You explode yourself. You have shown the courage to go out. That's your greatness, Sonali. So don't take it negatively. Take it as your experience. Again, we will think about it. How we should think logically. How should we plan? How should we move? We will work on that. For that purpose, our group is there. Wherever the problems are there, difficulties are there, we are here for that. So our group synergically will work. Sonali, is it clear? Yes, good experience, Sonali, you have shared. Yes, anybody want to share anybody's views regarding Sonali? Yes, Atharva, you also can, please.
हॅलो सर, मला वाटतं हा जो सेलिंगचा जो स्किल आहे तो एक्स्ट्रीमली महत्त्वाचा आहे. आणि मला असं वाटतं पण त्यात त्यात पण डिपेंड करतं. जर तुम्ही खूप चांगलं लेजिटिमेट प्रॉडक्ट जर विकत असाल तर 100% तुम्ही सेलिंग तुम्ही ट्राय केलीच पाहिजे. तुम्ही सगळीकडे फिरता, तुम्ही लोकांशी भेटता, तुम्ही त्या पर्सुएड करता ते कसं हे घ्यायचं, तेव्हा पर्ज्युएशनचे एक स्किल्स तुमच्यामध्ये बनणार. पण मला अजून एक पर्सनल ओपिनियन घालायचं आहे की सोनाली जे करत होती ना त्याला MLM बोलतात. MLM, मल्टी लेवल मार्केटिंग. हा, आणि MLM मला पर्सनली मी MLMच्या विरोधात आहे. कारण त्यात कसं असतं, जे टॉपची जी लोक आहे ना तीच कमवतात, आणि ते पण जे खालची जी लोक आहेत ना त्यांना ते असे फालतू स्वप्ने दाखवतात. तुम्ही जर त्यांच्या वेबसाईट्सवर आहे जाऊन बघितलं ना ते तुम्हाला लोक मर्सिडीज शो ऑफ करताना आणि वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी शो ऑफ करताना दिसतील. सो ते एक प्रकारचा तो एक स्कॅम आहे. कारण रिअल जे कंपनीज असतात ते ओव्हर हाईप प्रोडक्ट्स ना विकत नाही, ते रिझनेबल व्हॅल्यू वरती प्रोडक्ट्स विकतात. आणि जितकी प्रोडक्टची लायकी आहे तितकेच ते लोकांकडनं पैसे घेतात. पण ह्या MLM कंपनीज आहेत ते भरपूर मार्जिन काढायला बघतात आणि सांगतात की आम्ही ॲडव्हर्टाइजमेंट करत नाही आहोत, सो आमचे प्रोडक्ट्स बाकीच्यांपेक्षा सुपिरियर आहे. तसं नसतं, बाकीच्या कंपनीजपेक्षा यांचे प्रोडक्ट महाग असतात. टू बी ऑनेस्ट, सो मी सगळ्यांना एक सांगेन की MLM मध्ये प्लीज जरा इतकं जाऊ नका. तुम्ही रिअल सेल्समॅन बनू शकतात पण MLM पासून थोडं लांब राहा. आणि मी पण त्याच्या थ्रू गेलेलो आहे, मला पण माहिती आहे ही लोक कशी लोकांकडनं हे करायला बघतात. सो MLM पासून लांब राहा. अँड इट्स नॉट अ व्हेरी गुड व्हेकल टू क्रिएट वेल्थ. तुम्हाला जर चांगल्या पैसे कमवायचे असतील, देर आर लॉट ऑफ अदर थिंग्स टू डू जे स्केलेबल असतील, प्रॉफिटेबल असतील, सस्टेनेबल असतील. पण हे सस्टेनेबल नाही आहे. आणि कंपनीने तुमचा अर्निंगचा एकदा पॅटर्न जर बदलला तर इतकी जी तुम्ही मेहनत केली आहे ती रातोरात खतम होऊ शकते. सो हे सस्टेनेबल नाही आणि हे इतकं प्रॉफिटेबल पण नाही आहे. सो इट्स नॉट अ व्हेरी गुड व्हेकल आहे. मला मी त्या बिझनेस मॉडेलशी काही इतका सहमत नाही. मला तो बिझनेस मॉडेल आवडला नाही.
Great, Athar, Gathar. Great, great. Practical. Yes, it's a beauty of our group. Clear cut information. I also support Athar. Actually, I am of the view that current some market system is there. No drastic revolution is necessary. The advertisement, whatever the expenses they do, the other way there. It's a different level of marketing, and many times what happens, it doesn't mean that we should be at high level and we should cheat others. Then what one can say, we should go to the high level, then in MLM we cannot earn. Earning is a need for the life, but the ethics also we need to what the follow. So properly we need to what the understand those things. Otherwise, I agree with you. Even I have the other views about the selling system also. We can have the further sharing, but experience none remains a bad. Whatever she has learned because of that live experience, only by telling anybody, but this is what the live experience, but from that learning and the development also is what the important. But great thing, Sonali, you did, you have shared, and Atharva, I agree to you, proper explanation. Yes, Nikhil also supports what the Atharva. Yes, whatever is MLM system is there. Yes. Sonali Singh, before, but now I can understand. Okay. Yes, that sometimes when we go through that, no, then we understand, no, that's a trap. And many are with this trap. Means really they talk in terms of humanity or not, it remains a doubt. So our approach should be, our group should think. So changes will come with such thinking. Atharva thinking that Nikhil whatever has supported over there is a revolutionary thinking. It is a straightforward thinking. But people do come in the trap at the sake of earning. So our target, if it remains clear, way remains clear, then we will not come in such traps. Good Atharva, good Nikhil. Yes, Sonali, great. Yes. Anyone additional?
हॅलो सर.
Yes, Himanshu.
सर आता 2 महिन्याच्या सुट्टीमध्ये जास्त काही नाही, रेग्युलर रुटीनच चालू होतं. थोड्या दिवसांनी पप्पांचं कॉलेज चालू झालं, सो ते रुटीनच चालू होतं. पण या सुट्टीमध्ये सेलिंग मार्केटच्या निगडीत नाही, पण एक लाईफ टाईम साठी एक शिकवण घेतली की कोणत्याही गोष्टीकडे निगेटिव्हली बघण्यापेक्षा पॉझिटिव्हली बघण्याचा प्रयत्न करावा माणसाने. अशा बऱ्याचशा गोष्टी घडल्यात. सो तो एक धडा घेतलाय मी माझ्या या 2 महिन्याच्या सुट्टीमध्ये.
Good. So generally, Himanshu said that our approach should be what the positive. Okay, good. So I will studied that book, Who Moved My Cheese? Himanshu. Yes, Himanshu, could you hear me? Yes, great. Thank you, Himanshu. That our approach should be what the positive. Likewise, her learning is there. Again, I say only thought basis, no practical basis when it remains, then great outputs will be there. Yes. Anyone additional? Okay, then now I share my experiences. You also can comment about those also, my views. And those who have not shared the experiences, they have to share next time. Students, am I audible? Little disturbances are here. Please bear with. Am I audible here? In the disturbance now. I was with the good learning, but I wanted to bring them up to the broad extent. So I decided to learn from the experts who are successful. I might have shared with you. I took a training from Rohini Mundra. Her one program is there to become extraordinary speaker, trainer, or coach. That training I did, I learned a lot. She is a good marketer, but by the way, I am a good learner, so I could get too many things from her teachings. What are the teachings are there? In detail, I'll discuss, but shortly, it is related to a mind setup of successful person and so-called now unsuccessful, you can say, or a hard worker, or majority people and only few people who are with the luxury, who are with the wealth, means their views about the life are what different, but regarding that their views are why those are successful. What are the DNA, means in biology that we say no DNA, as per DNA our characteristics are defined. Likewise, DNAs of the successful and DNAs of the unsuccessful, but these DNAs are changeable. What can we do for that? So focused on that, a training was there. I learned a lot. But one good thing that she has asked, out of those three, at this moment we have to think one. What we want to do. Coach is different, trainer is different, and speaker is different. And on that line, a proper plan. How to plan. In order to execute the plan, how can one give the auto suggestion? That's a role model. In that way, her training was there. I enjoyed a lot that training. By the way, I was attending a training from Purushottam Hambalde. He is a dropout from engineering college. Means when he was at the second year for the study, means his dream was there to become an engineer. At that time, he heard that entrepreneurship and that thought came in his mind that what can be done. He went through ups and downs. His family was also with the problem. So I learned from him. He's a good record maker. Recording whatever the problems he was with, he did the proper recording so that he could use those in the coaching or training. From his training, a learning is how to decide the course model. And the great thing I learned and I am practicing, that I think Sakshi also said in her speech, that's a procrastination. Procrastination is a great problem. I also was going through that problem. Let us see. I'm working now. I'm learning now. Let us postpone that. Later on I will do. Because of that, nothing great we do achieve. We have to throw ourselves to do the work. And he is also the practicable person. He also works accordingly. So still I attend his weekly seminars or the webinars. Because every time we do at the learn, what is his age is immaterial, but what is his teaching or what are his learning, that is important. And good practical messages I am getting from him. Okay, these were the learnings. But for execution, Also, I had one coach. I had actually, I am with that coach, Rohit Bagaitkar, because I did one program. See, students, I could share the many things because personality development program, mindset of program, mnemonics program regarding chemistry, such various workshop I attended. So my learnings are there many because experience is such a thing that teaches us a lot, and because of that one experience, if that word goes, for example, if Sonali could share her experience with Gauravi, then whatever the 2 months Sonali had spent to learn that, Gauravi can get that thought in a minute. Likewise, such experienced persons are there by which, so that our experience also indirectly improves. Whatever the experiences are shared by Atharva or Nikhil or Sakshi, because of that I am also learning. Because of that, I decided to learn from this. So one SAM is the institution, and under that I was doing the program Samarthya Achetan Manake. My views are different. Ways may be different, but methods we can learn. No, it was my intention. Then I come to know he is the right person to get the work done for me. So my targets I was there, plans were there. To execute those plans, he is my coach. And under his able guidance, me to set a goal and to execute the goal. I was with the goal regarding the book writing or this conferences or the seminar, by the way about relationships, by the way about the meditation, spirituality. So how to set a goal? He Why I went to, because he's an author. He wrote the book, and by the way, I took a training from him, and therefore I'll come to know he's the right person. So under his guidance, I am on the following my plan. Till now, plan is on the proper track. I aim 12,000 words up to 30th of November. Words of book. Miss Y. I'm going to write a publication will be there later on, but I want to write. Thoughts comes, means if any artist is there and has to prepare a statue, then at the beginning that means a rough. Slowly it what that develops. So my target was to bring 12,000 words, and 12,000 more than words came on one day before, the 29th of the November. Target was rigorous. By the way, regarding spiritual also those things, relationship also were there, all are on what the proper track. For me, many have sacrificed. Means as like you have sacrificed, means we have not discussed, no? We have not interacted. You have understood me, and you allowed me to do the work. As you allowed, likewise, my relatives, my family members, my friends also allowed me to do the work only and only because of love towards me. Only and only because they want my development. They know that he's doing a good thing, proper thing. So it's their understanding. They have sacrifice. As a student, you have sacrifice. Likewise, my friends and relatives also have sacrifice and allowed me to work. And because of that, I was monotonous. I worked, I focused there. Focus also was important. What focus mean and how can one get a focus? That also I learned. And whatever I am saying is a practical thing I am saying. And that practicality is important. Only by saying point of view, it is very easy, One should be focused. Real means I did that tasks in the practical aspects. Therefore, just confidently I am on the sharing with. I know the way by which one can get. So on which topic I was thinking, learning was my core aspect. Learning was my niche. Because if I introspect my student, now 11:30 is there. Shall I continue for further few minutes? Yes, all you are replying. Good. Only for few minutes. Learning was my niche. Niche means the area where I am going to work. The reason was, if I introspect myself right from the childhood, I came to know, let it be the academic aspect, let it be the aspect related to the sports, Let it be the aspect related to the social issues. I was with my one grasping. Let it be the aspect regarding spirituality. Let it be the aspect regarding mind setup. I learned fastly the things. I was good adaptable. And by the way, I was very happy to explain to my friends also whatever I learned, especially that learning was regarding academic. Other learning I had not shared directly in the school days. But right now in school days, about academic sharing was certainly there. So my tendency was there to give. So because of that, I decided whatever the strategies of learning are there about which I have to think. Then I went on thinking that all possesses the life, and then I come to know if we want to make our life fulfilled, beautiful, full-fledged, then first thing on which we have to focus, that's our brain. And my approach here is only scientific. Anybody can take objection about that, and I will ask only do if you experience that, means experience based. If you work on that and you do not get result, I'm wrong. So how the brain works, the resistance or opposition or the envy or the greed or happiness, all those things are the result of our brain. Terms may be different. Few say soul is there, few say mind is there, few say intellect is there. Like different terms may be there. I don't want to indulge in those terms. For me, practicability is important. And regarding that, the few words that I gathered, my thoughts I gathered, and I prepared that the book. Purpose to prepare the book was I want to channelize my thoughts so that during coaching I can channelize those what the thoughts. I can bring out those thoughts. So great experience was there for last 2 months. And by the way, who moved my cheese? That also I want, because assignment if it's given to you, I also have to work. But who moved my cheese? Whatever the things are said over there, I come to know. Yes, I lived that life. Because of that, my thoughts become further perfect. Though even I lived the life, again I feel again I have to go through that audio clip of who moved my cheese. Good book it is. Such good books, good students like you, good experiences from all. If we could able to learn, then we can make our life full-fledged. So about that, I have the program that separately about entrepreneurship or our this group is there. It is our separate us. I'm not asking you to come and attend those lectures as such. It is left to you. But that's whatever I learned and whatever I did that I'm going to express on Thursday. Thursday at 8 p.m. That just timing I decided. Maybe what the flexible. It depends upon what the audience. But great learning I did, and I was very eager to talk to you also because you are the very honest students. You are expressing yourselves properly, and each one is helping other. Because of that synergy obtains, and that synergy is a great for me. That's a friendship. It's a very important for me, and therefore I decide, okay, let us start the our series again. So whatever the learnings are there in detail, we can have the further discussion one by one. If any issues come, we will discuss those. Yes, students, is it clear what I shared? Yes. Anybody want to put the views about my learnings or my opinion? Then also you can free. You're free. It's an open platform, free platform. You can put your views about my expression, about my opinion, and then we can stop today. Next week, I want discussion regarding who moved my cheese, and those who have not talked today or those who want to talk more, they can talk further. Yes, Sakshi, what's your view? Okay, Sakshi wants to know further more about it. Okay, great. Atharva? Yes. Okay. Devesh? Yes. Poonam? Nikhil? Okay, good, good. Poonam also replied. Sonali, Himanshu? Okay, good. All have replied. Who is left? Devesh is left? No, Gauravi is there. Gauravi. Yes, Gauravi, what's your reply? So students, if about timing any problem is there, then bring it to my notice because Saurabh, I think. As said that 10 is not suitable. About we also, if problem are there, I am flexible. We can shift that time to the other. So I want to have two volunteers, leaders, groups, so that communication amongst you will be there. If any problems are there, anybody, then sharing discussion will be there. Next week, I will allot the responsibilities. So I want two volunteers. Anybody, if interested now, also can say what those have to do. The group synergy, how can be maintained, that they have to take care. Means if anybody has to share, or if anybody has to put the views, but they can share. Means you have to talk, you have to call them, and you have to get the views from them in advance. You will come to know, so that if anybody is absent, why he or she is absent, that we will come to know. Our group is of about 20. Yes, is it clear? Next time, next Sunday, I will appoint the sense what I will give the responsibility on two students, two volunteers. Okay, students, shall we stop now? Yes, okay. I stop the recording and I declare here today's session is over. Quit now.